intense. That's how it was.
3 minutes was shorter than you think it is.
3 minutes, it's enough to say what's the purpose, what's the problem you want to solve, how you're going to do it, and what does it take.
What you're looking at right now is the first schematic for a cure for the deadliest infectious disease known to humanity.
I talk a lot, so at different presentations I see myself running beyond time. So the participation has helped me learn how to carve my story and then present it in a pitch form in a very short time.
Thank you very much.
I really fell in love with this event because it brings together all the great minds on one stage.
You need to be also out of the box in order to share, to feed your own research with the contact with the others.
I hope that the future sees more collaborative efforts like this, where people come together, bring in different strengths, and fusing those together to solve complex problems. And science will be key to that journey.
Thank you so much.
Hello, hi, finally here we are. Sorry for the delay because some technical difficulties here in the studio. So, guten Tag, boa tarde, good afternoon. Welcome to the POLYMERIC Lab Brazil 2020. My name is Márcio Weichert, Program Manager at DWIH. That's how we spell in German, DWIH, the acronym of our German Center for Research and Innovation in São Paulo. POLYMERIC Lab is an international forum for the next generation of early career innovators, trailblazers, creators, and visionaries. Its aim is to promote exceptional ideas and connect promising scientists as well entrepreneurs from all fields on a global level. The POLYMERIC Lab is an annual science competition organized by the POLYMERIC Foundation in Berlin. The lab is one of many contests occurring along the POLYMERIC Conference, an annual meeting in the German capital with some of the best scientists of all research areas, many investors, business people, politicians, and other very important people of the world. The name POLYMERIC is inspired on the fall of the Berlin Wall, and that is why the grand finale of the contest and the conference happened on the 8th and the 9th of November, the days the Berlin Wall fell 1989. That's also the reason for the slogan, "Which walls will fall next?" in science, in business, in society, and so on. Since 2012, we have had 7 POLYMERIC labs in Brazil, classifying young researchers for the final lab in Berlin. Engaged as a partner since the second lab in Brazil, our DWIH has been the main organizer for the last 4 editions. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the worldwide contest was completely transformed this year into a remote competition. Unfortunately, we are not together in Porto Alegre at the Pontifical Catholic University of Rio Grande do Sul, PUC, as we had planned. Furthermore, our winner from today will not go in person to the final lab in Berlin. Even without a meeting in Berlin, the Falling Walls Foundation and the DWIH São Paulo still offer this year attractive opportunities for our 15 candidates. Actually, our 14 candidates, because one reported his withdrawal yesterday. The winners of the Falling Wall Lab Brazil 2020 will participate in a second international qualifying run with other 99 candidates from all corners of the world. His or her proposal will be published on a worldwide platform of the Falling Walls Foundation. Everyone in the world, from common citizens to decision makers, will have the chance to know the transforming idea coming from Brazil and can decide to support it. In this phase, a high-level international jury will choose 10 candidates until 16th of October. Here, let me tell you a little secret of mine. For the very first time, one of the jury members of the worldwide track of Falling Walls Lab was appointed by the DWIH São Paulo. She is a well-known Brazilian researcher. The grand finale of the lab will be part of the new award Breakthroughs of the Year, started by the Falling Walls Foundation. The Breakthroughs of the Year awards will distinguish winners in 10 categories. Another little secret: the DWIH São Paulo was responsible for nominating some candidates for other categories of Breakthroughs of the Year as well. So, one of those categories is called Emerging Talents, and the 10 finalists of the Falling Walls Lab will compete for it on the 4th of November. We were expecting to have live pitches, but we were informed yesterday that it will be organized as our Brazilian lab, with new pre-recorded videos and a live questions and answer session. If our winner wins at the global round, he or she will pitch, this time live but still digital, in the Falling Walls Day on the 19th of November, in front of an audience of industry leaders, decision makers, investors, and international media representatives. This will be the award ceremony of the Breakthroughs of the Year. There are a lot of benefits offered by the Falling Walls Foundation and partners to the participants. In all international phases of the competition, before I announce the winner from our lab at the end of this event, we will come back to this point and describe all the benefits for our winner. That was a long introduction, but I think it was necessary to contextualize the change in our Brazilian lab and in the world competition. With my most sincere gratitude for their long-term cooperation with the DWIH São Paulo, as well as in carrying out the Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020, I want to call now the welcome words from our partners in this event. First of all, I thank the German Federal Foreign Office, which finances the DWIH network. The very new German ambassador in Brasilia, Heiko Thoms, recorded a message for all of us, but especially for the candidates.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear Labsters, it's a great pleasure for me to welcome you all. The Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020 is bringing together 15 of the most ingenious and talented minds of Brazil of the next generation. They'll present their trailblazing and inspiring research, business model, or initiative, and they will do so in pitches of only 3 minutes. I'm looking forward very much to learn more about the thrilling ideas from Brazil, a country known for its richness in innovation and improvisation. The winners of Falling Walls Lab Brazil in past years are the living proof of Brazil's enormous innovation potential. And let me say, this also leads to quite some expectations. I would like to thank the German Center for Research and Innovation in Sao Paulo for organizing this event in partnership with the German Academic Exchange Service in Rio, Euraxess Brazil, and the German Foreign Office. With Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020, I'm sure we're going to witness inspiring new ideas with great impact. Sometimes a simple idea has the potential to change the world. Or as French writer Victor Hugo put it, nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come.
So, secondly, I want to call Dr. Johann Hellmann, Director in Brazil of the German Academic Exchange Service, DAAD, and of the German Center for Research and Innovation, DWIH, São Paulo. The DAAD hosts the DWIH network and offers, since last year, the Entrepreneurship Prize in the context of the Falling Walls Lab. Hello, Johann.
Dear participants, I was told to speak very briefly in 2 minutes, and I can promise that I will stick to the rule. On behalf of Academic Exchange Service and on behalf of DWIH, the German Center for Research and Innovation, I welcome you all, especially those who will present their wall-breaking ideas, but also those who made this event possible. And of course, those who assist as spectators because their curiosity and sense for innovation and new ideas attracted them here. I may perhaps add that I have always admired Brazilians for their sense of innovation. Brazil is a young country and with most of its history still ahead. Many young scientists and entrepreneurial-minded startups will shape this future and will not only bring forward Brazil, but offer their inventions as a gift to the whole world, which is doubtlessly in need of new ideas for the solution of old problems. I'm very excited about the 14 presentations and already have an inkling that the jury will find it difficult to filter out the best from the many good ideas. We will do our best to evaluate the projects as fair and just as possible. Good luck to all and an interesting event for everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Johann. Not less important was the cooperation with Inova this year. The innovation agency of the University of Campinas offered our 15 candidates a workshop and individual advice to help them elaborate their 3-minute-long pitches and to record them observing the rules of the contest. Vanessa Sensato not only advised them, she also recorded her own welcome video pitch with 2 minutes.
Hello, good evening. I'm Vanessa, Director of Institutional Relations at Inova Unicamp Innovation Agency. We are responsible for the innovation policy of the University of Campinas and very engaged in promoting the ecosystem of entrepreneurship based on science and innovation. That means that we are not only responsible for managing the University of Campinas' intellectual property, but we are active in transferring this technology for innovative companies. Some of those are large companies, and they have research projects in partnership with Unicamp in diverse areas of knowledge. Only last year, we signed 133 million reais in research projects with the private sectors. Other companies we work with are spin-offs of the university, created by academics and our students, and by our alumni network, which, by the way, gathers a group of over 800 companies, most of those based on science and technology. We fostered entrepreneurship in the state of São Paulo and also in Campinas, and are proud to be responsible for Unicamp Science Park, an ecosystem inside our campus in Campinas that gathers all of those players together, large companies, startups, and academics, focusing on innovation and technology. This year, we partnered with the DWIH for the Falling Walls project, and I had the pleasure of helping the finalists to structure and practice for their pitch. I was very surprised to see competitors from all over Brazil with projects that not only have a very deep science base, but that could also be the seed of new businesses with great social impact. For the competitors, I have to say it was a pleasure being with you. All of you finalists are already winners. For the organization, thanks for the invitation. Count on us for future projects.
Hi, thank you, Vanessa. Last but not least, Charlotte Gravitz, representative in Brazil of Euraxess, an organization of the European Union, recorded a welcome video as well. For the second year, Euraxess is a partner of the DWIH for the Falling Walls Lab. As in other countries, Euraxess offers this year to the Brazilian winner a new video training with international experts who will prepare him or her to record his/her video for the next stage of the competition.
Good afternoon and congratulations to all the finalists of the Falling Walls Lab. I would like to extend my congratulations to all the candidates and researchers interested in communicating more and better about their work. It seems to me that you are already winning a lot just because you've accepted the challenge of presenting your research in an accessible way and in such a short time. We know it's difficult, challenging exercise, but it's also a very formative exercise. Society has much to learn and benefit from your efforts. It's important that people know what's done in the labs and how brilliant minds like you work so that walls can fall. I represent in Latin America an initiative of the European Commission called Euraxess that promotes the mobility of researchers. It would have been logical for Euraxess to offer today's winner a trip to Europe to visit a laboratory of your choice, as we've done in the past. But in the current situation, we prefer to invite him or her to do a virtual course in science communication with European trainers. We are sure it will help the winner to prepare his or her video for the international contest, but it's undoubtable that it will also serve you in other opportunities. For example, when you have to discuss your work with collaborators or international investors. We are also available to all of you who are listening to discuss your project. If you are interested in doing a doctorate or postdoctorate in Europe, if you want to work on projects in collaboration with European researchers and innovators, get in touch with Euraxess. We can help you. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Charlotte. I would also like to remark that the DWIH São Paulo will support the winner of the Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020 with professional recording of the video for the international stage. Now, we have special thanks to 4 collaborators that worked evaluating the 39 registered candidates for the Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020. And selecting our 15 finalists. Due to their expertise in different areas, we invited them to the pre-jury. The following people took part in our pre-selection team. This time, ladies first. Dr. Maria Filomena de Andrade Rodrigues, researcher at the Institute for Technological Research, IPT, in São Paulo. Former DAAD fellow during her PhD at the University of Münster. Christian Sterz, head of division Science and Technology at the German Embassy in Brasilia. Dr. Fernando Buarque de Lima Neto, professor at the University of Pernambuco, visiting professor at the University of Münster, and fellow of the Alexander von Humboldt Foundation. Søren Metz, head of the liaison office of the Technical University of Munich, TUM, at the DWIH São Paulo. We had a 5th member in the pre-jury, but I don't need to thank him. It was me. So, online events are very strange. I miss the applause in praise of them because they deserve it. Can you applaud them at home? So, next step. The next step. So this is the next step, is to introduce our jury members. You can already see them on the screen. We have a mix of members from the academy, press, business, innovation, and entrepreneurship ecosystems. Some of them have a foot in more than one of these areas. We have representatives of at least 3 Brazilian regions: Northeast, Southeast, and South. I start introducing you Dr. Maria do Carmo Martins Sobral. Hello, Carmo. Yeah. Professor at the Federal University of Pernambuco.
Everybody.
Hello. She did her PhD and one of her postdocs at the Technical University of Berlin. She is currently vice president of Rebralint, the German-Brazilian network for the internationalization of higher education. Second is our director, Dr. Jochen Hellmann, with whom you are already familiar. Next, from the academy, but also from the science-business interface, is Dr. Carlos Eduardo Pereira. He is professor at the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul and director of operations at Embrapi, the Brazilian company of research and industrial innovation. He also took his PhD in Germany at the University of Stuttgart. Hello, Carlos.
Hi, everybody.
Following the transition from academia to business, our fourth jury member is Antonio Lacerda, Senior Vice President for Chemicals and Performance Products at BASF, or BASF. He is also leader of the Innovation Board at the German-Brazilian Chamber, AHACA. Hello, Antonio.
Hi, everybody.
From the business and innovation sector as well, but with a point of view from the entrepreneurship ecosystem, we have in the jury Bruno Rondani, founder of the initiative 100 Open Startups. Hello, Bruno.
Hello, everyone.
Last, but again not least, the jury has a journalist, Karin Huck, contributor to the magazine Super Interessante and the internet portal Wall. She is also a former fellow of the Alexander von Humboldt Foundation and lives nowadays in Berlin. Hello, Karin.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from Berlin.
So, as you can see, they have different backgrounds and can evaluate the candidates and proposals from diverse points of view. Now, I would like to explain you how the lab will work. I will announce one candidate at a time. First, the candidate's video pitch of a maximum of 3 minutes will be shown. Next, we will have the candidate and the jury members live online. We will have only 1 minute for questions and answers. Be objective. After the 7th presentation, we will have a 5-minute break. In this break, we will test our voting app with a first question. We will return later with the other 8 presentations. After all presentations, the jury, our assistant Tiago, and I will leave the event and meet in another virtual room to decide the winners. In the meantime, the public will elect the audience winner, and we will offer you lectures on funding and scholarship programs for studies and research in Germany and in the European Union. The result of the contest will be announced as soon as the jury has decided. We estimate half an hour for the jury meeting. And what will the jury decide? The 6 members of the jury will select the winner of the Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020, as well as 2 other outstanding innovators for the 2nd and 3rd places who can be called if the winner, for some reason, cannot take part in the international phase of the competition. For its decision, the jury will consider the breakthrough factor. Does the idea have originality and potential for innovation? Relevance and impact. Who does the project address? What is the potential impact of the idea? Structure and performance. Is the presentation well structured? Is the idea behind the project clear? Does the candidate deliver a proof of concept? The jury will nominate as well the winner of the DAAD Entrepreneurship Prize 2020, who will participate in the 2nd DAAD Innovation Week, also online. For this decision, the jury will consider not only innovation, relevance, and impact aspects, but also the potential of the proposal to be developed as business and whether the candidate shows potential to be an entrepreneur and to found a startup. The 5th award is the Audience Award that will be elected by you, not by the jury. You can use the same criteria to choose the best candidate or proposal according to your opinion: innovation, relevance, impact, structure, performance. The winners of the DAAD Entrepreneurship Prize and of the Audience Award can be one of the 3 winners of the Falling Walls Lab selected by the jury. They can be, but they don't have to be. So we will have today 3 to 5 winners. Hello. Hello, dear candidates. Are you fine? Please, now, the candidates. I want to see the candidates now.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Danilo, we need to change the pictures.
Hello.
Hi.
So I go ahead. I wanted to see the candidates, but something is not working now. So are you fine? You have already answered it. Okay. To warm up you, we invited the winner of the Falling Walls Lab Belo Horizonte 2019, Vitor de Freitas, a young professor at the Federal University of São João del Rei in Minas Gerais, to give you his statement. He took part last year in the final stage of the Falling Walls Lab in Berlin, as well as in the DAAD Innovation Week.
Hi there, how you doing? This is a silly question to ask because I know exactly how you must be feeling right now. And I bet you're feeling every single nerve of your entire body, right? I am Victor Freitas, and I'm the winner of Falling Walls Lab 2019 Belo Horizonte edition. I'm here to drop a few hints that might be useful for you right now. First of all, what is done, it's done. You've already made it here, you already made it through it. So use this time to shine. Second of all, take a deep breath. No, for real, with me. And third, enjoy it. I know that must be crazy to try to enjoy something right now, but this is a lifetime opportunity. Use every single moment wisely. And for the winner, embrace yourself because you're about to take the ride of your life. Best of luck for all of you, and bring it on.
All right. Hello. Before I call the first candidate, we prepare a summary of the rules of the presentation for presentations. Pay attention.
Falling Walls Lab Guidelines. Presentation Guidelines. Every innovator has exactly 3 minutes to present, sell your idea. The title must have this format: breaking the wall of problem which your work tackles or solves. The innovator's presentation should include the question/issue of interest, the problem, the solution breakthrough, a proof of concept implementation. Every innovator shall prepare 3 PowerPoint slides, 1 introductory slide with name, institution, and title of presentation, and a maximum of 2 content slides. The presentations must be understandable for the interdisciplinary audience and jury. Guidelines for the jury. The jury should not have less than 5 members. The voting has 3 criteria: breakthrough factor, relevance, scope of impact, performance. Directly after the innovator's presentations, a team member of DWIH Sao Paulo will evaluate the voting sheets provided by the jury. During the final break, the jury gathers again to discuss the winning presentation, evaluation session. The innovators with the highest score will win the first 3 positions. The best rated by the audience will take the audience award. The first winner qualifies for the international stage of the Falling Walls Lab. The jury will also choose the winner of the DAAD Entrepreneurship Prize.
Hello, dear candidates. We want to see you. Please open your cameras, please. If you are online, so we will have you here on the screen as well. After each video pitch exhibition, the candidate, the jury members, and I will appear live on the screen for the questions and answers session. Each session will have only 1 minute. On the screen, there will be a clock as well with a countdown from 60 seconds to 0. The time will run when I allow the jury to start its questions. Jury members should ask, and the candidates must answer very objectively. The shorter the replies, the more time for further clarification and requests for additional information, what I think benefits the candidate. I want to remember that English is the official language of the competition. If any candidate speaks in Portuguese during the presentation of the Q&A session, he or she may be penalized by the jury. By the way, the jury needs to ask in English as well. So, dear candidates and jury members, are you ready? Please open your cameras. I want to see all candidates now here on the screen, or the ones that are now online. Because in this moment, we want to take photos of the screen with all the group. Please, can you open your cameras? Is it possible, Danilo, to show them here? No? So, it will not be possible. Sorry, I wanted to do a picture with all of you. Oh, now there is some of you there. Okay, fine. So please smile and answer me with a loud yes, showing that you are motivated. Are you ready? Can we start?
Yes. Yes.
So, fine.
Yes.
In this case, let's go. The finalists, so we will start now with the competition, with the pitches. So the finalist to open this year's lab is Felipe Cardoso from Ecopamplas, coming from Campinas. He wants to break the wall of plastic packaging recycling.
Hello, my name is Felipe Cardoso. I'm CEO and founder of Ecopamplas. Did you know that 1 billion plastic bottles of lubricant oil are discarded every year only in Brazil? And what's worse, the oil contained in one bottle is enough to contaminate 2,000 liters of water. Of all this volume, only 9% are recycled because our competitors decontaminate this packaging using water, which creates two major problems. First, even using detergents, it's not possible to remove all the oil from plastic, generating a low-quality recycled raw material, decreasing its value. And second, this water has to be treated, and during the process, each liter of oil turns into up 8 pounds of hazardous waste, generating a high cost and environmental risk. With this in mind, we have developed an innovative and efficient production system composed of equipment and process with a gradient patent, which completely separates the oil from the ground plastic and the label in an ecological way, without using any water, without generating waste, and with a cost of 30% less than the water process. We buy the packaging from environmental companies that collect it from gas stations and workshops, carry out our process, recovering and selling the oil, eliminating the environmental risk. We also produce a recycled plastic raw material of excellent quality that is sold to the packaging industry, which manufactures a new oil packaging with 10% cost reduction, creating a true circular economy. We have already processed 10 million oil packages, recovering and selling 500 tons of recycled plastic and 17,000 liters of recovered oil, generating social and environmental benefits, such as 17 billion liters of water preserved in the environment and 800 tons less of gas effect, directly benefiting 85 million people. That made this solution recognized through 19 relevant national and international awards. All of these results were only possible due to our team. Gustavo and I take care of management, Fabian, our chemical engineer, and Evandro, our mechanical engineer, manage the technical area. Everyone with great experience in the plastic and recycling industry. In addition to that, we are able to expand the solution through units with high production capacity installed in containers, take up little space, facilitating logistics and scalability. So our 3 goals are to expand the solution in the Brazilian market, to recycle lubricate plastic packaging, new applications for other plastic waste, in addition to reach other countries. Our mission is to leave this legacy, giving the society this new concept of recycling and circular economy, which preserves the life of the planet and the people. Thank you.
So all jury members are there. So then questions. So the time can run, and who will make the first question?
I can shoot first, if you will.
Time should run. So now.
Felipe, thanks for the presentation. I mean, quite understandable and very direct to the point. What do you do with the empty plastic containers? What's the final destination? Because this would be an important point to close the loop on the circular economy.
Yes, the main result is that we produce a recycled raw material of excellent quality, 100% made of lubricant oil packaging, thus guaranteeing the homogeneity and standardization of the product. So we sell them for the plastic industry that make a new container, a new oil packaging with 10% of cost reduction, thus create a true circular economy.
Okay, question, second, first? No, the time is very short now. Okay, then time is up. Thank you, Felipe. As normal, normally we have time for 1-2 questions, so everyone should be very shortly. Thank you, Felipe. So we go now then to our second presenter, Iago Ronan Messias from the Federal University of Santa Catarina. He comes from Florianopolis and is attempting to break the wall of transporting frozen goods.
Where is the cooling in our daily lives? Much of what we consume, especially food, at some point needed to be refrigerated. Being much more specific, transport for the goods, such as perishable foods and medicines, require many resources, use specific equipment, and becomes more expensive. According to the National Center for Cold Chain Development, transport frozen goods becomes up to 50% more expensive, and the demand for these products has been increasing over the last years. But there's a large number of factors that influence the refrigerated transport business, like road quality, driving quality, and others. Many of them are beyond our control, but some are, like fuel economy. The equipment used in cooling process require fuel, maintenance, oil change, and are, in their principle, like thermal machines. All these requirements directly influence the final price of the products, making frozen goods about 20% more expensive. So, we developed an adaptation that will allow us the thermal energy rejecting the vehicle exhaust gases could be used to guarantee the cooling of the cold chamber when transporting frozen goods. And how is that possible? Considering at this point some of the technical details, we can see that the vehicle engine wastes a lot of energy. About 2/3 of its power is lost as heat. With this energy, it is possible to operate a thermal machine to keep the truck's chamber cold. This adaptation brings some fuel economy for the trucks and also a reduction in the warmness gases emission. It brings cost reductions and a greater efficiency for the entire cold chain. In addition to facilitating access to frozen products, we are talking about the possibility of reduction fuel costs, which is one of the main ones, by 30% in a market that is around $21 billion per year. So, we are living in a moment where the biggest technological revolutions comes from small-scale optimizations, but with enormous impact. Innovations capable to change in the way you do things and to improve an entire production chain. Improving the transport of frozen goods is one of them, and this is the way that we will break this wall. Thank you.
Hello. So, questions. So, all our jury members are there. So, we can start with the questions, okay. So time can run. Who wants to ask first? Starter. No one? No questions?
Oh. Hello.
I make a question.
Yes.
What kind of food do you think would be good to use? What's more important in Brazil than transport?
Okay. The best kind of food we can transport, we can cook is the perishable foods. The perishable foods is all of the foods that needs refrigerated transport and being needed low temperatures to transport. But this adaptation could be used to transport medicines and other items.
Next.
You have a pilot?
Yes. We prototyped this adaptation.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Iago. My colleagues here said that we have a technical problem, and we need to give you 10 seconds more, but I think the 10 seconds is up as well. Okay, thank you, Iago, very much. So the next idea is from Esther Braga. from the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro, who wants to break the wall of biofueling phenomenon organically. Sorry, I'm not an expert in these words.
Hello, I'm Sam Braga, and I'm here to talk about biofouling. When you talk about biofouling, you should always remember it is everywhere and will haunt your dreams. Not really, but you'll find it's quite easy to notice, since it is in our hospital catheters, private yachts, and your overpriced sushi. I'll explain. Biofouling is a spontaneous phenomenon where micro and macroorganisms accumulate on all kinds of wetted surfaces, from ship hulls and helices to fish farming cages and nets. In the marine shipping sector, it increases ships' weight and fuel consumption, whilst in aquaculture, it decreases fishes and mollusks' oxygenation, either killing them or making them ill. Biofouling prevention and actual damages result in remarkable economical losses that, in some cases, can even cause a market price increase of products such as cultured fishes and algae up to 30%. To mitigate this problem, the most employed solutions nowadays are copper-based paints. They possess an antimicrobial activity that is so effective that ends up being toxic to most of aquatic life. So we found ourselves the conundrum: how to find an effective anti-fouling product without harming the environment. With that in mind, we turn to nature, in search of a new group of substances that, unlike the previous antifoulants, did not depend on heavy and toxic metals to stop biofouling dissemination. After looking almost literally inside ourselves, we found our hero compounds, a class of substances that were able to induce cellular death and, most importantly, could also decrease microorganism cells' growth, therefore inhibiting fouling species adhesion to surfaces. These biological killers could be found in a very small amount in human immune cells and marine sponges, but also was structurally similar to an everyday ingredient of food industry, soybean lecithin. Abundantly obtained and cheap as side product of soybean oil production, our lecithins became the perfect raw material to a new synthetic antifoulants. Finally, after the development of a new preparation method on our lab, we've produced our affordable and green antifoulants that, hopefully, in a not-so-distant future, can be sold as a main component in antifouling paints. And, who knows, maybe you won't even notice as you eat your fairly priced sushi.
Questions? So, Esther, are you connected? Yes? I cannot hear you. Okay,
Sorry?
Now. Okay. So, questions, time runs.
How long does it last?
The biofouling process
Yes.
is constant. It is kind of permanent. It initiates quite mildly, but it can get aggravated when the species they increase in size. We can see like that. When it starts with a thin biofilm and increases to a microorganisms accumulation and does not get out, stays like that. Unless you prevent its accumulation, it stays like that and can be transported through ballast water and the transportation in ships movement.
Okay, time's up. Thank you, Esther. So our next presenter, Breno Xavier Gonçalves, is from the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul and comes from Porto Alegre. He wants to break the wall of phosphate scarcity in agriculture.
Good afternoon. My name is Breno Gonçalves. I'm an agronomy engineer, master in biotechnology, and PhD student in genetics and molecular biology. I want to share with you a question that moves myself. Do you think we can feed an exponentially growing population? Foods don't come from the supermarket. It comes from the field, and there is a long process until reach us. If one step of supply chain is broken, food can end. I will talk about one of the most limited research to life in next decades. I'm talking about phosphorus. Phosphorus is one of the nutrients applied in large amounts in soil, and plants use it in form of phosphate. Here I show you a rice plant with and without phosphate. And what's the problem? Plants are very inefficient to use this nutrient. It uptake just 30%. The other 70% of phosphate applied in soil go to the lakes or stay immobile in soil. The source of phosphate is finite, and 80% of phosphate produced are used in agriculture. It could end in less than 100 years and have no substitute. Actually, we are near of the peak of phosphate production. After that, the production will decrease and the population is always increasing. Can you understand? No phosphorus, no food, no life. But I have a good news, better, two good news. I will show you the results of my PhD studies. First, we identified 9 species of bacteria that potentially uptake phosphorus from soil and for association with plant roots releases the nutrient, promoting plant growth. As we can see here, plants with bacteria grow more than plants without bacteria. Second discovery, we described a gene responsible to regulate root growth, increasing phosphate uptake. Recently, we submitted a patent of a Brazilian agency of intellectual property. This gene could be inserted in all plant species, minimizing the chemical products application and water contamination. Hunger may be a reality in the coming decades due to a lack of agricultural inputs if new methodologies are not adopted. I bring you a natural solution to grow plants and improve life.
So, question. So, Breno, are you connected? Your microphone is open? Okay. So then we can start with the questions and the time can run.
Do these genetic modified crops already exist?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Do these crops already exist?
The gene exists in all crop plants.
No, have you made the change in the genes already?
We have a rice plants transformed with this gene, and we make experiments with these plants, and we observed that plants without this gene cannot respond to phosphate starvation.
Okay.
First question. No question? So then, thank you, Breno. Time is up. So we will go then to the next candidate. And this is Mariana Bartilotti Garcia from Unesp, the University of the State of São Paulo, campus Araraquara. She lives in Ribeirão Preto and wants to break the wall of polymeric 3D printing photonics material.
Hello everyone. Let's break the wall. 3D printing industry has grown quite fast in the last few decades. That might have happened because of the low cost of the ink reagents and also the possibility of designing a personal item. The composition of the ink is quite important for printing a versatile and affordable material like polymer. printing methods have also been carried for the same goal. Those two facts are true for nanoprinting. In this case, a long period of time is demanded to create periodic pattern in nanoscale. That nanoscale is really important for manufacturing an optical device. Even not achieved it yet, the nanoscale of the patterns, we could provide an optical property for this polymer. How can we do that? Change the composition of the ink. That's my challenge. So I would like to add the luminescent nanoparticle to this nanopolymer. And so the material will be able to manage light or photons. That's how we call a photonic nanopolymer. I and other scientists can use it to translate invisible light into visible light. Each type of light will have their own rainbow or fingerprint. This is how I call information. Instead of electrons, we have light. And so in the future, we will be able to manufacture our own device at home. Questions?
Good, fine, Mariana. Are you hearing us? Is your microphone on?
Oh,
yes.
Not on.
Okay, so then we can start with the question. Time is running. Carlos Eduardo.
Yeah, do you have a pilot application ready for them?
What? Excuse me?
A pilot project.
No, I don't have a pilot yet. That's my idea for application for this type of nanopolymer.
And how do you manage to get this result? I mean, you use UV filters or?
I think the university could help me to find a foundation, and then I could do a PhD to do this research, because we have to manage the chemical environment for this nanoparticles. So we have to have a 3D nanoprinting, and then you can change the composition of that ink. Ink, actually, not exactly an ink. So we can study how to make that come true.
So, thank you, Mariana. Time is up. And we go to the next candidate. Next is Daniel Lima Michelucci from the University of São Paulo. He lives in Piracicaba, and his goal is to break the wall of transparency in crop insurance.
Good afternoon. I'm Daniel Lima Michelucci, a postdoc from the University of São Paulo, and I'm breaking the wall of crop credit and insurance. This is Carlos. He's a food producer and has a small farm in Brazil. Every day he wakes up at 4 a.m., tends to his chicken and cattle, takes a look at the crops, and checks the news. Today he learned that the world population will grow by 10 billion people by 2050, and food supply will have to increase by 70%. But he has more pressing concerns. Last year's crop was affected by a drought, and as he didn't have private insurance, he had to absorb almost the whole financial impact of it. It nearly costed his farm. This year he couldn't secure financing as his credit score dropped, and he's still renegotiating last year's debts. This in turn impacts this year's crop, as he couldn't afford all the necessary fertilizers, which means the yield will be lower than expected. The outlook is grim. Carlos is not the only farmer in this situation in Brazil. More than 80% of the agricultural area is not covered by insurance, and there's more than $120 billion in crop credit debts. The problem is circular. Insurers and financial institutions have limited data on farmers, so they cannot accurately assess the farmer's financial viability. Farmers are therefore left with no risk protection and limited access to credit. unable to purchase quality inputs and technology to improve their production. This rendered them even less attractive to the insurers and financial institutions. My research aims to increase transparency in the sector and provide accurate measures of crop risk at the farm level. To achieve this, satellite and surface weather data and high-resolution soil data are fed to crop growth models that simulate the crop cycle from seed to harvest. The results from these models, which are 30 years crop yields in kilograms per hectare, are combined with vegetation index derived from satellite observations, further increasing the precision of the historical yields. The historical yields are then fed to data science models to calculate loss probabilities and a risk score for each farm. With this information, insurers and financial institutions will have a clear view of the risks faced by each farmer, improving transparency in the sector. Today, more than 450 million farmers face difficulties when trying to access insurance and credit worldwide. Give it a Google and see it for yourself, the situation in your country. I guarantee you'll be surprised. Thank you for your time and feel free to contact me.
Thank you, Daniel. Is your microphone on?
Yeah,
yes.
Question.
Yes, okay. Now time is run.
Daniel.
Maria do Carmo.
Yes. How is the farmers going to get the data? In hand? How is have you tried to apply that?
Yes, the data does not go to the farmers. We have an API, and so the data goes directly to financial institutions, insurers. They directly access our servers, and they give it they have the location of the farmer. They just give it a ping, and they get the data from that farmer, and they see the whole financial history of the whole crop yield for that farm. And they can specify the insurance and other and crop
Next
credit.
question.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. It will be quite expensive about it, and who will pay for it finally?
I didn't understand, but it's quite cheap to rent the servers to run that data, and the satellite data are free.
Okay.
Satellite data.
Time is up. Thank you, Daniel. Yes, our next candidate is Eduardo Bakes, who comes from the Federal University of São Carlos and wants to break the wall of 4D in vitro bioreactor for drugs testing.
Good afternoon. First, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Eduardo, and I have a PhD in Material Science Engineering, and I'm going to present Breaking the Wall of 4D in vitro bioreactor for drug testing. I would like to start with a question. Have you ever thought about why drugs cost so much and take so long to reach the market? Since the discovery of a new drug and human test, it may take on average more than 10 years. And from 1,000 new drugs that goes to clinical trials, less than one reaches the market. Why is that? The major problems are regarding to the poor correlation between the methods used for first screening of the drugs as 2D models using cell culture in wells, which can lead to false positive, and also the lack of suitable tools to recreate human conditions. However, with the advent of additive manufacturing technologies, commonly known as 3D printing, several materials can be employed to recreate human tissues as ligament, skin, and bone, as already performed during my PhD. Furthermore, one solution for this problem is to create microbioreactor for drug testing using materials to recreate human tissues. What is a bioreactor? Bioreactors are ideal environments to support cell growth. Despite of this, the market claims for scaled-down bioprocessing as the development of microbioreactors with microfluidic channels, which use lower reagents and are lower time-consuming, since one can sometimes evaluate cell performance in situ. This solution enables a more controlled, accurate results in a wide range of applications. In order to overcome this, it's proposed a microbioreactor which can mimic in situ physiological conditions and enable precise control of the complex dynamics involved in human body, such as temperature, flow rate, CO2, and also addition of growth factors and recreation of hypoxia and other physiological responses. Moreover, the most complete strategy consists of the use of multi-cell types and target the cell type of the new drug or connect different microbioreactors with different cells and recreate them in human organs as heart, liver, and kidneys. Our primary goal is to provide cutting-edge technology specialized for drug testing, pharmaceutical, cosmetic, or implants, filling the gap between technology transfer from 2D to 3D models to human trials. Finally, thousands of people would be benefited by using this platform. The companies, because of the reduced time and the reagent costs, and avoid the clinical use of animals and humans, and also the final consumers, due to lower costs involved during drug screening. Thank you for letting me share this opportunity with you.
Thank you, Eduardo. Is your microphone on?
Yes, it is.
Yes. So then we can start with the questions. Who want to ask first? Time's
You have
running.
a proof of concept? I mean, this work actually?
Yes, it is. There is some projects that are already being financed by FAPESP, and I'm starting a PhD at Unifesp, and we intend to recreate some human tissues to study COVID disease, but also other drugs.
Next, Karin. Your microphone, son. You are not hearing you.
Can you do it in a big scale?
The big scale is not that good. That's the problem. When we do like a big scale, we have some problems because like consuming reagents, it's good big scale for animals. But we intended to is first screening, like remove false positives, because from 1,000 clinical trials, just one goes to the market. So we want to eliminate false positives.
Okay.
So time's up. Thank you, Eduardo. Thank you very much. So, amazing ideas, wonderful projects. You are heading into our promised 5 minutes break so that everyone has the opportunity to go to the toilet, get something to drink or eat, and reflect on the proposals of these first 7 candidates. After this break, we have 8 more to impress us. In this time, I would like to ask you to answer our first survey. Participating is easy. Just access the website Slido and enter the hashtag field the code FWLB. Please the slide with the information about the website and the code. So there it is. So you need to go to internet, go to the website of Slido, and in the hashtag field, you should enter FWLB and answer our first question. Could you tell us, how did you get to know about this POLYMERIC Lab Brazil 2020? Thank you very much for your participation. See you in 5 minutes. Welcome back. Now we are going into our second half of the lab. There are 7 more presentations to go, which we are looking forward to. At the end of these presentations, you will be able to vote for your favorite one, thus choosing the winner of the audience award. Let's go. Opening the second half is Karina Carvalho de Souza from the Federal University of Pernambuco in Recife, who wants to break the wall of clean cellulose.
Hello, my name is Karina Souza and I am a PhD student. Let's break the walls of clean cellulose. I would like to know what you feel when you see this video. I don't know about you, but it breaks my heart. When I was a child, I cried when I knew that a tree in my yard would be cut down. And since that, I have been looking for alternatives to solve or reduce environmental problems. In Brazil, last year, 21,000 tons of cellulose were produced, of which 10.4 tons are used exclusively for paper production. Despite this, severe environmental impacts are generated by huge commercial eucalyptus plantations, loss of biodiversity, soil erosion, use of more water for planting and production. For you to have an idea, 1 ton of paper needs 50 to 60 eucalyptus, 100,000 liters of water and 5,000 kilowatts per hour of energy. Native forests are vital if we want to reduce global warming. So, how can we reduce environmental impacts while keep industry growing? The alternative that I am going to present to you now is a cheap and a simple cellulose production process. Cellulose generated from bacteria. Bacterial cellulose has a composition similar to that found in plants, is biodegradable, has high purity, and is non-toxic. Production process is as simple as keeping bacteria in an environment with enough nutrients to proliferate quickly. In addition, when we compare it with the growth time of a tree, we can obtain cellulose from bacteria in a few days. And also, we do not need large areas for planting trees. This way, it's possible and feasible to replace today's highly polluted industry with earth-friendly bacteria. You could ask me, but isn't it expensive to produce bacterial cellulose? And my answer is no, not with the formulation we developed and patented. We use only small amounts of salts and a simple carbon source. Finally, since we have pure cellulose of low cost, why not encourage large cellulose and paper industry to break the walls of clean cellulose? Thank you very much.
So thank you, Karina. Are you hearing us? Is your microphone on?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So we can then go to the questions. Who want to ask first? Time is running.
Karina, can you replicate this on a larger scale?
It will be necessary to design a reactor. What is produced today in 1 hectare over in period of 7 years would be possible to produce it in 30 days.
Can you fold it and print on it?
Can you repeat, please?
Is it exactly like paper? Can you use a printer or can you fold it? Can you write on it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Next. No questions more? So thank you, Karina. Time's up. And we go to the next one. The next candidate, next one, it's okay. So next candidate from the city of Santos is the one who withdrew. He didn't have time to record the video pitch, unfortunately. So we are very sorry that participation this year required more dedication than the previous edition. Bárbara Maria Borges Ribeiro from the University of Campinas, and who comes from Campinas, logical, wants to break the wall of atmospheric pollution.
Hello, I am Bárbara Ribeiro, and I'm from the School of Chemical Engineering at the University of Campinas. Certainly you have heard about air pollution. Why is so important to talk about it? Why am I talking about it? It's because we breathe polluted air. And now we know that there are some microorganisms present in the air that we breathe. So I'm here to break the wall of atmospheric pollution. When we talk about air pollution, we can name some classes of pollutants. And the one that deserves special attention is the class of volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. But why? It's because VOCs can intensify some environmental problems as the greenhouse effect. And VOCs can also react in the atmosphere, forming other kinds of pollutants. Besides that, VOCs can affect our health, causing, for example, neurological problems. Moreover, some species have carcinogenic and mutagenic characteristics. So, looking at these problems, we can note that it is important to control VOCs emissions, and there are different ways to do it. One of them is the heterogeneous photocatalysis process. In this process, the VOCs are destroyed due to the presence of a lamp and a catalyst. Unlike other processes, heterogeneous photocatalysis has some advantages, as the operation at ambient conditions and low costs. However, this technology is not commercialized yet, due to some challenges to be overcome, as avoiding the catalyst deactivation in the presence of some VOCs species. Then, our objective is to eliminate technological problems, optimize this kind of equipment, and scale it up. In this way, the equipment can be applied to treat industrial emission sources. Besides that, this equipment can be applied to purify indoor air. Therefore, our solution brings benefits to society, like reducing health problems and improving the quality of life. Thank you for your attention. And now, I'm open to questions.
So, questions. So, dear Barbara, are you hearing us? Is your microphone on?
Yes.
Okay, so we can start with the question. The first one, time is running.
Yes. Do you have a pilot project, and how much it costs for this small project?
I have a small pilot in the lab, and the costs are lower than the common process applied in the to treat industrial wastes.
Next.
Does it remove microorganisms as well, or only VOCs?
Now, it's possible to remove microorganisms due to the presence of an UVC lamp.
Next. No questions anymore? So then, thank you, Barbara. Thank you, thumbs up. And so, the next is Carlos França from the Federal University of Fronteira Sul and from the city of Chapecó, who wants to break the wall of the Hero database and web search method.
Hello everyone, I'm Carlos França, pleased to be here to present my work, Hero Search Method. In the past 60 years, several computer companies emerged. Binary search tree or B-tree was invented. What's B-tree? What's binary search tree? It's a computational resource to store and make information available on web. We had advanced internet and the all connectivity. However, database and the web search remained the same. Finally, I broke this wall with a new paradigm and revolution, Hero Search Method, infinitely superior and efficient than a B-tree. Our company will benefit from my invention. The world needs to know it. My research problem, the amount of useful information returning web search and the use cognitive overload. My solution, replacement of binary search tree by a method of storing and make data available with few steps and more objective. A new computational paradigm for IoT, 5G, database, data mining, and big data. For example, suppose a database with some grade mathematics, you want to find the registration number 67. Here, database. Using B-tree. Observation, B-tree needs 4 steps to find the registration number 67. 4 steps. Where about this? Use my method. My method needs only 3 steps. The first step, start and search, create ideal key and allocate value. Second step, start and search and allocate value. Finally, create second ideal key and registration number 67 was found. 3 steps. Sorry my city, but it's a new paradigm. So, binary search tree compare data one by one. My method scan and eliminate useless results, always faster and more objective. Definitively, I'm breaking the wall of database and web search method. Our company will benefit from my invention. Sorry my city, but it's a new paradigm. Thank you for your attention. Bye.
Thank you, Carlos. Is your microphone on?
Okay, yes.
Okay, and I hope all jury members are connected. Maybe it is only the bug of Teams that is not loading all pictures from the connected people. So we can start with the questions, and the time is running. Who will ask first?
Carlos here. I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, what size of the data you have already tested and how you compare to some other methods like Amazon and Google are doing?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your questions. It's mathematical algorithm read, but next step, implementation computational. Okay.
Next.
No, where?
No questions anymore. We have time.
No, just to make clear, what kind of data you have tried, you have tested? That's what our colleague has asked. Did you try to make this, to apply that in which kind of data?
Sorry,
okay.
The time is up, Carlos. Time is up. So sorry very much, but we need to interrupt. So thank you, Carlos. And we will go for our next presenter. She's Caroline Trevisan Weber from the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul, coming from Porto Alegre, who wants to break the wall of autonomous food waste biorefineries.
Hi, my name is Caroline and I want to start this presentation with a reflection. What's the value of the food you don't eat? If you're thinking just about the food you throw away, now think about it through the whole chain, since the rural producer. Did you know that 1/3 of all food produced for human consumption ends up becoming waste? And that this waste is responsible for 10% of all the greenhouse gases emissions? With the growth of the world population, food waste has become an urgent concern. What if I tell you that it's possible to minimize these residues and emissions by generating higher added value products within the concept of a circular economy? Today, I'm going to present you an innovative solution: decentralized, autonomous food waste biorefineries. Due to the decentralized nature of biomass, we propose the implementation of automated and autonomous compact units on family farms. These units are going to be remotely monitored by specialists in the central, which will also be responsible for logistics and distribution. Thanks to its regional importance, the biomass that has been guiding our research is the sweet potato. Take a look at this monstrous sweet potato. Would you choose this one to buy in the market? Probably not. And that's why we're going to use the unsuitable for sale and the routine ones to develop bioproducts such as ethanol, hand sanitizer, and distilled beverage. Besides, there is the above ground part of the sweet potato. For these leaves, we produced tea, which was very well accepted by consumers in sensory analysis, and also pyrolysis products such as biochar that can be used as fertilizer to grow new sweet potatoes, thus closing the circular chain. We estimated the initial investment to develop our prototype to be 500,000 reais, but our goal is to achieve a unit sale price of 100,000 reais. Simulating real market scenarios, we reached positive economic indicators with an internal rate of return of 30% and a discounted payback of 2 years, thus promoting the development of agribusiness and adding value to family farming. Our solution can be applied to other biomasses, solving critical environmental problems in a compact and sustainable way. Food waste biorefineries. A better life for family farmers, a greener road for us all. Thank you.
So thank you, Caroline. Is your microphone on?
Yes, hi.
Yes, so we can hear you, okay. So we can start with the questions and time is running. Who will ask first?
Well, the gas generated by the biorefinery will be transformed into energy. That's the idea?
Yes, also, we will make heat integration, so the heat generator will come back to the process.
Next question.
How it's going to function? Because you said that by remote control. How is it going to function? Who is going to control that?
Okay, it will be controlled by a central. We will have specialists there, but there will be someone working on the unit. And then this automation is going to work by control systems, IoT, and customized sensors.
Questions? So thank you, Caroline. Time is up. Thank you very much. So next up is Diego Lopes, also from the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul and Porto Alegre. He wants to break the wall of the idea of housing as a commodity.
Hi. Have you ever caught yourself wondering, will I be able to provide my family or just myself an honest home to live my life? Unfortunately, to most, the realistic answer is that at least some considerable struggle will be needed, unless we start to critically think about housing today. Worldwide, the housing crisis is a troubling issue. But why? Well, basically because housing has been converted to one of the most important financial assets of our capitalistic society. It is a profitable product, a commodity. At the same time, housing is a human need. Everyone should be able to access a home. That is such a consent that since 1948, it's stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So, as I have found in my ongoing research, the solution to this problem will not come from the housing market. They profit from it. Waiting for a solution from them is insanity. We need a different approach. We need to take housing from the realm of product. We must decommodify it. But how? Isn't through the market the only way to get a house? Well, no. Alternative models are the best ways for people to get housing with features that, by definition, the market will never offer: affordable, sustainable, and well located. These alternatives are known as collective housing building models. They exist in a number of formats, but my interest is focused in those which architects take the lead to organize and promote the formation of groups of future dwellers who define, finance, and develop their future homes. This way, by cutting out all middlemen, they end up with real quality housing costing around 30% less than similar sized units offered by the market. Surely, as the goal of the model is to ensure long-term affordability, sustainability for everyone, there are legal breaks collectively agreed upon to hold speculation from interfering in its revolutionary potential. But being honest, this idea is not unique. My proposal is based on well-established and successful models from around the globe. The intention of the project is firstly to better understand these examples and then formulate a viable framework to make it popular in Brazil. In sum, to eventually unleash the true social potential of architecture, help people to get good housing while building better cities. Thank you.
Okay.
Please.
Hi, Diego. Is your microphone on?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, then we can start. Johan, first question, time is running.
Please, Diego, who will pay finally for the houses, even if they are cheaper?
The houses will be paid for the owner, for the future owners. The focus of the project is for owner-occupiers. So they will finance their own houses through financial systems to be formulated and to facilitate the access to finance.
And who will connect the stakeholders? I mean, the to-be owner of the house and the builder.
That's the where architects enter. So the idea is to create a platform to spread the idea first and obtain the feedback and the acceptance, and then based on the collected feedbacks and possible interest, formulate a model to initiate the pilot model.
Diego, thank you. Thank you very much. Second to last is our second Mariana Moraes from the Brazilian Biorenewables National Laboratory in Campinas. She wants to break the wall of biocatalysis for a sustainable planet.
Hi, I am Mariana Moraes from the Brazilian Center for Research in Energy and Materials, and I would like to start with 2 questions. Have you ever heard about enzymes? And do you know where we can find them? Well, let me tell you that you have thousands of enzymes working right now in your body, and this is the reason why you are there watching me. Enzymes are machines that enable life in our planet. Enzymes are essential for your digestion, for fighting disease, and in short, they enable your body to work just perfectly. Enzymes are present in all living organisms, but they are also found elsewhere. If you look around your house, you'll find many things that were obtained thanks to enzymes. such as beer, cheese, soaps for hard stains, lactose-free products, and many more. But we can bring enzymes to a next level and create a sustainable planet with them. And I have 3 great reasons to believe on that. 1. Enzymes can replace harmful chemicals in the industry by catalyzing chemical reactions. 2. Enzymes can reduce greenhouse gas emissions from transportation by converting waste and residues into biofuels. And 3. Enzymes can clean up the oceans by degrading plastic. But here's a main point. Enzymes were not originally designed for industry. They were designed to keep organisms alive. But what if I tell you that we can modify these incredible nature's catalysts to create a new industry based on sustainable processes? We can do that. Enzymes are tiny machines made by several pieces, the amino acids. Amino acids are formed by atoms that contain protons and electrons arranged in a complicated 3D puzzle. The position of every little piece matters for an enzyme to play its role. And to understand it, we need technology, as a particle accelerator that works as a very powerful microscope. But that is not enough. We also must use computer simulations based on quantum physics. And with the combination of these two, we can watch an enzyme reaction happening in real time, just like a movie. Using particle accelerator and computing information, we can fine-tune the position of single atoms and modify the enzyme to optimize its performance. With that, we can even reduce the costs of scaling up and manufacturing of technologies for smarter and more efficient industrial processes. We can learn a lot from nature and create a cleaner industry based on enzymes, the machines of life. This is not an easy task, but it's urgent and the planet needs it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariana. Is your microphone on?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So then we can start with the question, and time's running.
Did you think about thermostability? Because this is one of the key issues when we talk about enzymes.
Yes, sure. One of the main concerns that we have is about the thermostability, and we intend to solve this problem with this technique of fine-tuning the position of atoms to improve it.
Next question.
You talk very generic about possible application. Do we have a target application first to start, or what's the possible approach do you have?
Yes, right now I'm working with plant biomass degradation enzymes involved in plant biomass degradation for industry and especially in the field of biofuels. But the same technique can be applied for many proposals.
Okay, time's up. Thank you, Mariana.
Thank you.
So, and we conclude our lab with the presentation of Jonas Cunha da Silva from the Federal University of Pará, connected from Belém, who wants to break the wall of food waste.
Hi, my name is Jonas Silva, and I'm a student at Federal University of Pará in Brazil. Agribusiness represents great importance for the world economy. Despite all this importance, about 30% of everything that is planted is wasted. Even with the current food preservation technologies, such alternatives are not sustainable or can significantly increase the cost of the food. With studies, we obtained positive results with bananas, apples, and tomatoes, allowing us to add a few more days in the shelf life of these foods. A result of the incorporation of herbal extracts, essential oils, fruit peels, and several other organic additives, mainly for Amazon rainforest. In fact, the Amazon rainforest hides several other active components that are waiting to be discovered and incorporated into this product. Imagining all the benefits that this technology can bring to the world. A product like this creates a new circular business model, based on the purchase of the waste generated by farmers and bring it back to them. In addition, this product may allow distant and poor regions to start gaining space in the fruit market, or even allow us to know the potential of fruits with high nutritional values, but which are little known due to short lifespan. In the next 30 years, the demand for food will increase dramatically due to population growth. So, we need to ensure that the next wall to fall is food waste. Thank you.
So, Jonas, is your microphone on?
Can you hear me? Everyone can hear me?
Yes, thank you. So we can start with the questions, and time is running. Who asks first? Johan?
Yeah, Jonas, just a simple question. Did you already eat this bioplastic?
Oh, what? Sorry, the sound is not good. Can you repeat?
Yeah. Okay, I was wondering whether you have already eaten the plastic, the bioplastic.
Yes, I eat it. It's made from things that we eat on our diet.
Does it taste good?
There's no taste. It can have it.
Have you investigated about the patentability of this?
Can you repeat?
About industrial patent. Do you have investigated the possibility to patent?
Yes, we already a patent in running, and we have a startup, and we pretend to make this product product of this startup.
So time's up. Thank you, Jonas. So, well, I'm very impressed by these transformative ideas. With them, we can certainly build a better world. I would like to thank again the jury for their lively contribution, and I would also like to thank very much the finalists of the lab for their hard work and dedication. It's not easy to present these ideas in such a short time, and you have all done a great job. It has truly been an honor to be your master of ceremony during the lab. Before the jury leaves for its closed meeting, I would like to remind you in the audience that you can vote for the best proposal starting now. Please access the website Slido. So where is the slide with the information? Yes. So please access the website Slido again, and in the hashtag field, enter the code FWLB. Now you can vote for your favorite candidate. I will withdraw together with the jury, and my colleague Pamela de Oliveira will take charge of the event here on stage, offering you lectures on studying and researching in Germany and Europe, as well as conducting news surveys with you. See you soon.
Thank you, Marcio. I'm really impressed by the candidates' ideas and willingness to implement them. Bring up ideas is the first step to a successful project. And the POLYMERIC lab is the perfect opportunity to do that. This contest happens every year, and the next year it could be you bring up your idea to Brazil and Germany. Speaking of opportunities, we are going to present to you now the greatest organizations in Germany and Europe that support researchers and students. Stay stunned.
Hi everyone, my name is Francine Camelin. I'm the DAAD, German Academic Exchange Service representative here in São Paulo, and I want to talk to you about our main scholarship programs, and what we do here. So let me share with you our presentation. Here we have. So what's the DAAD? The DAAD is the German Academic Exchange Service. It's a non-profit organization who assembles today 241 institutes of German higher education, like universities or students' associations. And our goal is to promote internationalization of institutes in Germany and abroad. We have cooperations in all academic levels and in all scientific areas. Here you can see a map of the German higher education system. We have 106 universities, traditional ones like Technische Universität or technical universities, and 246 universities of applied sciences, the Fachhochschule, and 53 schools specific for arts and music. More than 90% of these universities have available seats for our public institutions. So they are available for all students from all over the world, and they have to pay only the living costs. So here we have the German education system divided in the years of study, like a bachelor during 3 to 4 years, a master 1 to 2 years, and a PhD 3 to 4 years. You can also have a specific examination, like a stats exam for medicine and law students. We have also a very strong research sector divided in universities, non-university research institutes, and industrial research. They can also work very strongly together. Here we have an overview of our scholarship programs from undergraduate students until PhD students. We can see in more detail every one of them here. The first one is the University Winter Courses. Is 6-week course to improve German language and the cultural knowledge. Is open to undergraduate students, master students, or PhD students, and is not for beginners. You have to prove intermediate level of German. This courses opens usually in July every year. So next year in July, you can apply for this course if you are eligible for these courses. It's a one-off scholarship for course fees and accommodation, and the travel allowance and the insurance cover for the 6-week program. The next one is a master. It's a list of master courses in Germany. We named that EPOS because it's a development-related programs, postgraduate courses, as you can see here. We have all these fields in these programs, and also a PhD program inside the EPOS. Our monthly payment for this scholarship is 860 euros, a travel allowance, insurance cover, and the preparatory German course in Germany. So you can check for more details in our website, daad.org.br/epos. And requirements are graduation in the field, of course, the excellent academic performance, and the professional experience for more than 2 years, equal or more than 2 years here in Brazil or outside Brazil. Knowledge of English usually is required, German in maybe a few courses too. The application is directly with the university, so you don't have to apply here in Brazil. You apply directly in Germany with the chosen university. The next one is the Helmut Schmidt. It's a master scholarship for public policy and good governance, specifically for these areas, and could apply these fields if you are graduated in social science, political science, law, public administration, economics, or similar fields. You can apply for this program. You have, again, to have graduation in the field, the excellent academic performance, the social and political engagement is also welcome, and the knowledge of English or German, depends on the program. The application is also direct with the universities, and you have here the main areas like public policy, development, governance, democratic governance and civil society, all these main areas in these programs. You can check for more details in our website again, daad.org.br/Helmut Schmidt. The next one is now open, the call. From September until November is postgraduate studies in architecture, music, performing arts, fine art, design, visual communication, and film. All these areas can apply for a scholarship at the DAAD too. And first you have to apply with the DAAD for a scholarship, and after that the application with the university. 3 universities of your course, of your choice, 3 master courses. So the fields again are these listed, and the travel allowance, the monthly payment are all here covered again. And you have to present by the time of the results of this scholarship, the graduation in the field, the excellent artistic ability proved by a portfolio, for example, the course approval at university of your choice, and the knowledge of English or German, depends on the university program. So we have now open also the research grants, the doctoral programs in Germany. It's an agreement between CAPES and DAAD. We have 45 scholarships. It's in our website, the announcement, and in the website from CAPES too. And we have a monthly payment from 1,200 euros, the travel allowance, the insurance cover, and a preparatory course in Germany. We have these 3 modalities, like doctoral program, in the whole program, 3 to 4 years in Germany, and the binationally more known as sandwich program from 8 months to 24 months in Germany, and the binationally supervised doctoral degree with co-tutor, the double doctorate, as we known here in Brazil. So the main goal of this program is also to provide young scientists with this opportunity to research in Germany and to exchange experience and networking with Brazil, among Brazil and Germany. So for more details, so check our website /doutorado or the website of CAPES. We have also a co-funded research grant from 2 to 6 months. It's a very brief period, but it serves for these doctoral candidates that are at the end of the research and want to visit, for example, university, a research institute, a laboratory, or a library in Germany. It's an excellent opportunity to do that. If you have a CAPES scholarships already or a FAPS, like FAPESP scholarship, you can apply for this program until November this year for stays starting on 1st May of 2021 and until the end of January 2022. For more details, you can check in our website too, auxilio/auxilio. You can find there all the informations. So the research stays for Brazilian University academic and scientists is also for professors that have position here, a work position here in Brazil in an university or in research institutions. You have to present a letter of acceptance in the host university in Germany, and then the DAAD can consider the grant to promote this exchange of experience between Brazilians and German professors. The monthly payments are covered and a travel allowance. The re-invitation program for former DAAD scholarships is also possible if you were in the past DAAD scholarship holder for more than 6 months. You can apply for this program from 1 to 3 months in Germany. So you can write to us, send an email to us if you are interested. We can check for the next call and guide you into the application. So the study visits of foreign groups of foreign students are also a program that a professor can apply. If you have a group of students in your university, you can apply for this group to visit some institutions in Germany, like libraries, laboratories, or universities. The travel allowance are all covered from the professor to the students among in 12 days maximum, and a flat rate allowance per person per day too, for the stay and for the living costs too. So that was all for today. I thank you for this invitation, for this special occasion of the Falling Walls Lab, and I wish you great success. We wish you also very good luck. And here we have our contact. Our main office is in Rio de Janeiro, but I work in São Paulo. So thank you and see you.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Andrea de Camargo. I am a professor of the Physics Institute in São Carlos, University of São Paulo. I am a Humboldtian, and I'm also an ambassador scientist of Alexander von Humboldt Foundation. Today, I would like to tell you a little bit about opportunities to do research in Germany with funding from this prestigious institution. The Alexander von Humboldt Foundation takes pride in its sole selection criteria of academic excellence. There are no quotas for countries or disciplines, and the sponsoring has its focus on people and not projects. The participation of females is especially motivated, and every candidate has the free choice of the institution and the supervisor with whom to work with in Germany. The opportunities are aimed at researchers with distinguished, above-average CVs at different career levels, from recently graduated PhDs to the most experienced and internationally renowned academics. In Brazil, the options that are available for the younger researchers with up to 4 years of completed PhD, or the experienced ones with up to 12 years of completed PhD, is the Humboldt Research Fellowship, a program that has been carried out in partnership with CAPES since 2013. The Georg Foster Research Fellowships are destined exclusively to other developing countries. The Humboldt Research Fellowship has the length of 6 to 24 months. 2 calls are launched per year, and the monthly allowance is 2,650 euros for younger scientists and 3,150 euros for more experienced ones. Normally, the application is processed exclusively through CAPES, but in this very unusual year, the terms of the partnership have not been formalized, and the AVH Foundation is accepting applications of Brazilian scientists directly in Bonn. Further information can be found on the website below. Now, besides the monthly allowance, this program also includes the coverage of travel costs, an intensive German course, financing of part of the research in the host lab in Germany, a study tour through the country and other meetings as well, and also other sources of support for researchers once they have returned back to their original countries. Additional interesting programs are also available, as for instance, the International Climate Protection Fellowships, up to 12 months, that are aimed at promising leaders from developing countries. Leaders that are already engaged in initiatives of climate protection or that work in this area in a non-governmental organization, public administration, etc. The call for applications has been recently launched, as you can see, and they should be done directly with the foundation through this website here. Another option is the German Chancellor Fellowship for outstanding prospective leaders from selected countries. They should be leaders in an ample variety of areas, from private initiative to public sectors. And it is expected that eventually these professionals will act as mediators between Germany and their own countries. The application deadline for this year is already passed. However, if you're interested in further information for the following year, you can visit this website here. It is important to emphasize that before applying for any of these programs, it is essential to identify a supervisor in a research institution in Germany. The possibilities, of course, are many, and the choice can be done with the help of several tools made available at the website of Humboldt Foundation, through personal contact with Humboldtians, or through contact with the ambassador scientists like me, who are always ready to answer your questions and advise you. So here's the contact info of the foundation in Germany and my contact as well. And please feel free to use it anytime. And please do consider applying for a Humboldt program. Thank you very much for your attention and good luck.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to participate in this edition of the POLYMERIC Lab. My name is Raquel Nascimento, and I'm here to give a quick message about the possibilities of the DFG research funding. But before that, allow me a brief introduction about what the DFG is. The Deutsche Forschungsgemeinschaft is the central research organization in Germany. The DFG provides funding for research in higher education and public research institutions, but does not run any research establishment itself. Its main task is to select the best projects by researchers on a competitive basis and to finance these projects. Individuals or higher education institutions submit proposals in a particular field of curiosity-driven and basic research without any subject restrictions. Interdisciplinary proposals are also considered. DFG covers all areas, from the exact and biological sciences to the humanities. In a multi-layered decision-making process, the proposals are evaluated by peer reviewers, exclusively according to scientific criteria. On the basis of this expert review, they are assessed by select members of a review board, and the final decision is made by a grant committee. In this way, DFG funding guarantees quality-based differentiation in the German research system. Our Latin America office in São Paulo is located at DWIH São Paulo. We have four main objectives: to initiate and maintain cooperation with counterparts funding agencies through cooperation agreements, to promote research collaboration between German scientists and scientists from other Latin American countries, to promote preparatory visits, cooperation visits, and bilateral workshops. And we do marketing. We promote international cooperation programs and research opportunities. In Brazil, DFG has cooperation agreements with CAPES, CNPq, FAPESP, FAPEMIC, and FAPERJ. For example, if you are a researcher at a university or a research institution in the state of São Paulo and already have a research partner in Germany, you may submit a joint research proposal at any time. Thus, FAPESP would finance the Brazilian side and DFG the German side. With the other agencies, the DFG works in the form of calls. However, if you are interested in doing research directly in Germany, there are several opportunities for doctoral students and postdocs to find a position within larger projects, so-called coordinated programs, which are already receiving funding from the DFG. Doctoral students and postdoctoral, independent of their nationality, may apply for a position within such a coordinated project. The application would have to contact the principal investigator either before he or she applies or after the funding approval. The length of stay will depend on the duration of the project, but is usually between 2 and 3 years. The amount they receive is that of a salaried position in the German system. Projects usually include part of consumables and equipment. To apply, you can access the DFG page, go to funded projects, research and training groups, and here you can specify the search. We will only select the date. These projects will appear by clicking on the Research Training Group 2415, Mechanical Biology in Epithelial 3D Tissues Constructs. You will find information about the project, who the coordinating professor is, and a link to the project's website. In this example, we go to the project page and click on Open Positions. Here, we find this position. By clicking on More, we have more information about it and how to apply. You can also access the GAPS platform. This database contains all the projects financed by DFG. So, if you have any questions, you can contact me. You can find my contact details in the side field. And thank you so much, and continue enjoying the POLYMERIC Lab 2020.
Hello everybody. The objective of my presentation is to show how Euraxess can support researchers interested in a research stay in Europe. My name is Charlotte and I represent Euraxess in Latin America and the Caribbean. Euraxess is a European Commission initiative to support the mobility of researchers and their career development, providing information and support services, and I will detail them in a minute. But it's also important to say what we don't do. Euraxess doesn't fund mobility. The European Commission does. There is European funding to support your PhD. It's a free of charge database offering career opportunities. In this section, you'll find job offers, including PhD positions, all related to science in all research fields. The positions are mainly in Europe, but also worldwide. You'll find also funding opportunities, scholarships, grants to support your mobility, and hosting offers from institutions that want to receive visiting researchers. You can also count on Euraxess to test your abilities and find online training in the career development module. And we also help you finding partners. Now, when you are ready to cross the ocean for a research stay in Europe, my colleagues from Euraxess Information and Assistance help researchers and their families organizing their relocation or arrival in a new country. They deal with a variety of topics such as visa, housing, social security. Each of the 40 countries has its own Euraxess portal, and you can access them directly from the home page. Last but not least, Euraxess Worldwide, the international arm of Euraxess, is where you can find us, Euraxess Brazil and LAC. I'll tell you more in a minute about our activities in Brazil, but let me stress that to use all the functionalities, you can create an account for free. You'll then be able to publish your CV, create alerts to receive notifications when a job matches your profile, etc. In Brazil and LAC, you can count on us to receive relevant information. For example, on open calls, events, opportunities in Europe. Most important, we help you understand EU funding. We provide training and useful resources. We also support you developing your skills and offer a series of webinars on career development. All these in Portuguese and Spanish. I invite you to register in our mailing list and follow us on social media, Facebook and Twitter, to stay updated on our activities, and so you don't miss any of the mobility opportunities that we disseminate. Do not hesitate to contact us too. We are at your disposal to support your mobility projects.
And now that you are well informed about the opportunities for students and researchers in Germany, we would like to know, how do you evaluate this event? To answer to this question, access the website with Slido and enter in the hashtag field the code FUWLB. Thank you.
That. Centro Alemão de Ciência e Inovação de São Paulo faz parte de uma rede de 5 centros. Nós temos um centro em Nova York, um em Moscou, um em Nova Delhi e um em Tóquio. E essa rede de centros está hoje dentro do DAAD, como uma estrutura de internacionalização da ciência, da pesquisa alemã.
O DAAD é o Serviço Alemão de Intercâmbio Acadêmico. Nós somos uma organização que representa as instituições do ensino superior na Alemanha. E nosso objetivo é de promover a internacionalização dos estudos superiores no mundo inteiro. Nós podemos dizer a todos os cientistas brasileiros são bem-vindos de encontrar aqui no DWIH colegas da Alemanha e encontrar parceiros alemães pela sua pesquisa.
O encontro das pessoas, dos pesquisadores, dos grupos de pesquisadores, das universidades é muito importante e isso é uma base da nossa cooperação com o Brasil mesmo.
Os objetivos da rede dos centros alemães são estimular a cooperação científica, ou seja, colocando os cientistas em contato para promover o intercâmbio de conhecimento, gerar novos projetos entre cientistas da Alemanha e de outros países, promovendo não só a transferência, mas a geração de conhecimento e de tecnologias voltada, por exemplo, para a geração de inovações. Nossos principais eventos e anuais são, em primeiro lugar, o diálogo, o Diálogo Brasil-Alemanha de Ciência, Pesquisa e Inovação que a gente faz junto com a FAPESP. É a nossa grande plataforma de intercâmbio de conhecimento entre cientistas do Brasil e da Alemanha. Segundo grande evento, a gente participa da reunião anual da SBPC, Sociedade Brasileira para o Progresso da Ciência. E junto com a Câmara de Comércio Brasil-Alemanha, a gente organiza o Congresso Brasil-Alemanha de Inovação. Então, neste evento, a gente contribui trazendo o que há de mais recente em termos de conhecimento científico que a gente traz da Alemanha. E na área para jovens pesquisadores, nós realizamos no Brasil o concurso POLYMERIC Lab, que classifica um participante para a final em Berlim. Temos ainda, também em parceria com a Câmara de Comércio, o programa Startups Connected, em que nós concedemos um prêmio a uma startup alemã interessada em vir ao Brasil.
Pensamos que o DWIH justamente tem essa missão de conectar os científicos alemães com os colegas brasileiros. E então é lógico que nós não fazemos esse trabalho sozinho, mas com um parceiro. E o melhor parceiro que temos aqui no estado de São Paulo, evidentemente, é a FAPESP.
A relação da comunidade científica brasileira com a Alemanha é muito tradicional. São temas de ciência, de tecnologia, de inovação. Então é compreensível que a cooperação entre duas comunidades científicas seja muito produtiva, em geral causando impactos sempre maiores do que iniciativas de pesquisa feitas isoladamente.
A troca e o aproveitamento da experiência, da inovação, da tecnologia do futuro vindo da Alemanha é fundamental. E o DWIH é um facilitador do acesso a essa tecnologia e inovação para as empresas alemãs.
A DWIH, como uma sociedade científica aqui, que representa um país que tem uma ciência de excelência absoluta e alta tecnologia, é extremamente proveitosa essas parcerias. Eu acho que elas terminam sendo benéficas aos dois lados.
Com a criação do DWIH, foi possível elevar a importância do Brasil a nível mundial. E a parceria entre o setor privado e o mundo científico, a academia, é fundamental para promover as relações bilaterais.
Junto com o DWIH e também com outras instituições, a gente busca promover esse intercâmbio Brasil-Alemanha de startups. Então a gente seleciona também sempre uma startup alemã para participar no Congresso Brasil-Alemanha de Inovação e também de uma viagem de negócios aqui no Brasil para promover essa essa parceria Brasil e Alemanha. E isso, graças ao DWIH, a gente consegue fazer já há 3 anos.
Wir haben uns sehr, sehr gefreut, den Preis zu gewinnen. Das ist natürlich eine Riesenmöglichkeit für uns, hier in Brasilien Kontakte zu knüpfen, andere Firmen kennenzulernen, die uns vielleicht helfen können, hier in Brasilien Fuß zu fassen und so vor allem die Sensebox auch in Südamerika tatsächlich bekannter zu machen.
Promovemos aqui intercâmbio acadêmico, científico, juntamente com o meio empresarial ou com interlocutores da sociedade ou da administração pública para promover o progresso. Eu estou na posição. Hello, we are back, and we already have the winners. Sorry for the delay, but it was not an easy decision. So everybody at this competition today was outstanding and has a huge potential. In a way, you are all winners. And we thank you very much for your commitment. Once more, I wish to thank our jury to being able to discern between such wonderful candidates. Thanks as well to you who voted in the audience award. We also thank our partners, DAAD, the German Foreign Office, Inova, Unicamp, and Euraxess, as well as the colleagues in or around the DWIH team that have worked hard in the last months to organize this Folio Walls Lab in Brazil in this very different online year. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Thiago Tartaro. Thank you, Christian Lazar, Beatriz Gatti, Vanessa Sensato, Carolina Ceruti, Karin Hetchko, Francine Kamelin, and the team of NetShowMe. Thank you very much. Some of you will still be working hard after this event, helping our winner or winners with their participation in the international stage of the Falling Walls Lab and in the DAAD Innovation Week. Greetings as well to our colleagues at the Falling Walls Foundation in Berlin. So dear candidates, please leave your cameras and your microphones on. We are excited to see and hear your reaction when I announce each winner. And the winner of the Audience Award, the first place of the Falling Walls Lab, and the winner of the DAAD Entrepreneurship Prize will have 1 minute each to celebrate their victory and make their personal thank you speech. Are you ready? We'll start. Are you ready? Yes? Okay. So we start with the winner of the Audience Award. The spectators have elected, I don't know if I'm seeing her here. So the award goes to Caroline Trevisan Weber from Porto Alegre with the Breaking the Wall of autonomous food waste biorefineries. Caroline, are you there? Yes, I can see you. So, you have 1 minute, 60 seconds for your personal thank you speech.
Okay, so thank you very much, everyone that voted for me. I want to say thank you to my family, my parents, my sister, everyone from my family, my boyfriend Guilherme that is here with me, my best friend Andressa that is also here, my friends for engineering, my advisors Luciano, George, and Violet for providing me opportunities like that, the research group GSPOC that I'm part of, especially Laci, Débora, Raimundo. And I would say thank you to Rebecca too, my friend for the United States that is watching us also. And to Urgis and Caps. Thank you a lot.
So thank you, Caroline. Congratulations.
Thank
you. Well done. So we shall continue with our third place of the Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020. The third place is awarded to Caroline Trevisan Weber from Porto Alegre with the Breaking the Wall of Autonomous Food Waste Biorefineries. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, and all right, so for the second place of the contest, the jury chose Mariana Moraes from Campinas with Breaking the Wall of Biocatalysis for a Sustainable Planet. Congratulations, Mariana. Are you
Thank
here
you.
on the screen? Yes, you are here.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, and now the great moment. But what does the chamber of the Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020 win? The video?
Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020. Benefits to the first winner. Participation in the international stage of FWL, including a global self-disclosure on social media campaign. Training for video pitch production by Euraxess and participation in an extended digital program. Invitation to the Falling Walls Remote 2020, the breakthroughs of the year, 4 through 9 November 2020. Opportunity to win a virtual residency in Springer Nature. Invitation to join the global digital community platform, Falling Walls Connect. Chance to participate in the International Emerging Talents Category Day, 4 November 2020. Opportunity to discuss his or her project in greater details in a moderated session with the distinguished jury, winners, and audience. Chance to be the breakthrough winner of the year in the Emerging Talents category. If winner of the category, FWL, pitch his or her breakthrough project along with 9 other luminaries on the grand stage of the digital live event Falling Walls Day, 9 November 2020, in front of an audience of industry leaders, decision makers, investors, and international media representatives. Additional prizes to be defined.
So, not bad. So, it's a pleasure to announce that the first place of the Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020 goes to Jonas Cunha da Silva from Belém with the Breaking the Wall of Food Waste. Congratulations, Jonas. So you have 60 seconds for a personal acknowledgement speech.
So I would like to thank you, you guys, especially the organizers of Falling Walls Lab, I'd like to thank my team. The teamwork is the real the guys who deserve it, and I'd like to thank you all my advisors and all the people who support this project. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonas. Thank you. Emotional. So Jonas, so the DWIH São Paulo and Euraxess will be on your side during your preparation for the next stage of the competition, the international stage, and we will be sharing for you. So don't leave the transmission, because we have a surprise at the end of the announcement of the winners. Please wait. So, in closing the award ceremony, but not closing, so the DAAD Entrepreneurship Prize with a nomination for the Innovation Week 2020. Let's check the benefits offered by the German Academic Exchange Service and partners. Oh, very attractive, isn't it? So, there is the possibility that 3 participants of the virtual online Innovation Week 2020 will be invited to be in person, also in the Innovation Week 2021. So that these 3 winners will take part this year online and next year in person. So I hope that will be possible. For sure, a good offer. So, and the winner of the DAAD Entrepreneurship Prize is Caroline Trevisan Weber from Porto Alegre. Once more, breaking the wall of autonomous food waste biorefineries. So, Caroline, do you want to have a thank you speech again?
No, there's no need for it. Just thank you again. I'm very happy, really. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Caroline. And now I have a surprise to you. Also yesterday, the Falling Walls Foundation asked us to invite our second place in this lab to participate as well in the international round of the contest, running for the same benefits as our lab winner. Mariana de Moraes, accept you the invitation. Does you accept?
Yeah, sure.
So fine. So
Thank
tomorrow we will communicate to the Falling Walls Foundation, to the DAAD, to the Euraxess, our winners from today. Congratulations once more to all our elected winners of this Falling Walls Lab Brazil 2020. Please smile for new photos of the broadcasting screen. So, and oh, I forgot it. I wanted to show you your trophies. So for the audience award, the trophy for the 3rd place, the trophy for the 2nd place, and the trophy for the 1st place to Jonas. And I have already here in my hand a draft of the DAAD Entrepreneurship Prize to Caroline. So these trophies you see here with me are yours. And I would like to invite the winners from the lab for a presidential awards ceremony. We were planning it for December, but the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic in Brazil continues and won't allow us to offer it. Maybe sometime next year. We cannot promise. If we can't organize an award ceremony in person, you will get them delivered at home. We hope you enjoyed this event as much as I did. We are coming to the end of this marathon. Before I say goodbye, I have a last message for you. To be informed of our events as well as the events from our supporters and partners, to be aware of opportunities of studying, researching, or innovating in Germany, follow the pages of DWIH, the German Center for Research and Innovation in São Paulo, on the internet, Facebook, and LinkedIn, as well as our video channel on YouTube. And don't forget, sign our newsletter. Thank you very much for participating and watching. Have a nice evening or good night. Bye-bye.